like a monogamous relationship. You know what I mean? We're not in like a
boyfriend,
see
girlfriend.
each other. Yes, boyfriend,
And also
girlfriend
not
kind
currently
of
in danger. You know who is currently in danger?
That's true. Sometimes you gotta fuck your way out.
Actually, if I recall, at the end of the episode, Gabe gave us a. It's not about me recalling. It happened. Gabe gave us a what is happening back in Dekram moment, and Dekram is actually, I would say that she might be in an equivalent amount of danger because like
she's
they're
gonna have to fuck her way out.
Well, yeah, and that's fine. That's fine for Haribo, because they're not in, or that's not the relationship they have. But yeah, no, Dekram's going through it too.
Grace, I haven't asked you a question for the intro yet, have I?
I don't think so. I was trying to remember who
I've got a good one.
I've got a good one. I only remember asking Sparkalonius last time, but I don't remember who I asked the first time.
The first time...
Because we've only done 2, right?
Yeah, if so you asked Sparkalonius the second time.
I asked him when he wasn't a good boy, because he was being sus last time.
Okay, let me look this up here really quick. I'm editing through the first episode now.
Marjorie,
so
what's your greatest weakness?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No reason.
Yeah, no reason. Let's see. Let's zoom out here.
Marjorie's evil. She doesn't have to tell the truth.
It's true.
I'm stirring the pot. This is her actual weakness. It's just bitchy side.
Yeah, my real question does relate to the evilness.
Doubt.
But she's an urchin by trade, so
dealt with the dragon at all.
Urchins
makes up his mind. He just doesn't want to change it.
He makes a decision, he's sick.
For sure.
Right, let's see about Marjorie. Tell me a time that Marjorie chose to
I
make
asked
like an
Marjorie
evil, like she
the
took an
first
evil action.
Gator sound, or that's the most evil?
I know you've asked me one, and I know that Thaddeus has asked me one.
Yeah,
See, that's a line from Die Hard. I killed a kid. Carl, I have a name, and my name is Lawrence, and I play the...
You can't. That's a lie about me wanting to say chocolate, but that feels like... I don't know. Is that... I mean, I don't... Maybe you can help me come up with a word for still not believing in magic. It sort of seems defiantly against all...
I'm
once
stubborn.
he makes up his mind. I mean, it's...
Good. And my question is for Gib.
Oh, no.
Mike asked Gabe.
Yeah,
he asked Gabe a question, what his
happening
plans
in his
were
tribe
before
at
the
that moment
party came by.
Was that Golden? I haven't really nailed down
That was a good cue.
exactly the timeline of the draft dealt with in that relationship.
Race, which
Well,
is
yeah, and I remember.
Oh, that's me. Okay.
Now
Our cleric, Mark, looking back, you're like, oh man.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, you asked
Thank you.
Thaddeus what his what he regretted about our adventure.
Oh, damn. All right. What? Damn, Grace.
Yeah. So you got Thaddeus.
First question of the gate. What's your biggest regret?
I mean, it came after what's your biggest weakness, so it's not like there wasn't, it wasn't.
Yeah, which would you rather answer more?
Wasn't unfounded there. I'm gonna text him just in case.
It would be crazy if he fell asleep.
There's no way because he joined. Yeah. It would be. It would be absolutely bonkers.
Like, I'd have to get him tested for narcolepsy if he fell asleep.
Yeah, there would be some other issues for sure. Fainted with a pot of coffee is maybe a problem and not a frustration.
Yeah. Like, have you eaten at least a meal that wasn't coffee?
The pot?
I ate the pot. Yummy, yummy.
Yummy, yummy.
Crunch, crunch.
Does everyone know who they have asked questions to, or who they still have questions to ask?
No.
I'm asking Grace.
Did you say no, Mike?
Yeah, no, I did not capture that, so I'm...
Oh, okay.
You've asked Gib, and you've asked Gib, and you've asked me.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Because I remember you asked me last.
The 2 Gs. That's right. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Who have I asked? I asked
You asked
Gabe,
me.
and yeah, you, and then Gabe what her biggest weakness was. Except
What
I
was
have a reason.
I don't even remember what I don't even remember what I said.
Oh no, you I asked what was the most evil thing you did, but that was kind of a mess up because you'd already kind of answered that question in the past.
I know.
Yeah, mine is in a similar vein, but mine is one that you'll be able to answer.
Yeah, I forgot that I killed a boy.
I killed a boy.
Because I changed my
in the
answer.
forest.
I changed my answer from whatever the other evil thing was.
I led a boy to the forest and I killed him.
We did. What'd you say? You said something about the gator skull. You said that was more evil.
Oh yeah, I killed a baby gator and I stripped him of his meat to get the
Which
skull.
is of course more evil than the boy.
I forgot about the boy.
That gator had so much left to give.
Which is probably why it's more evil. You've just forgotten about the boy.
Yeah, I mean, Marjorie's an animal person, you know.
And also she can turn into a tiger.
That's what I thought.
Literally an animal person.
I was so hopeful. I was like, that's so cool. I want to turn into a tiger. No, just kind of.
You can turn into a tiger adjacent.
Gotta think of a cue. Could ask Haribo what's his greatest fear, just to cover all of the bases.
Haribo is gonna die, but it's only because we've given Gabe all the ammo he needs to like really give Haribo the full-on treatment. But he knows Haribo's biggest fear. We went through that for the Halloween episode, but for who answered it.
Mine didn't get used because mine was impossible to use in a multiple person podcast.
What is yours?
Fear of being alone.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Not the fear itself, but
Sparkalonius is by himself for the whole podcast episode. Spooky.
Yeah, I somehow blacked out and did not answer that question. I don't know how I missed that.
That's okay.
I forgot that I answered M's number question. I was like 8, and you were like, you already said 7. I said, oh yeah, I did say 7.
And randomly got really close. Imagine if you had said 7. I was like, I know, you already said that. And you're like, what?
What?
No, I didn't. You can go sit with Kate on the couch. Go on, True. Be a good boy. My nervous noodle dog. Anything from the Gabriel?
No. Like he could have gotten a contact from his boss. In which case then he's on the phone and wouldn't have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Alan, shut the fuck up for a second. I got a DDaD.
For a second.
Shut the fuck up for about 2 hours.
I'm gonna call him. No way he fell asleep.
It would be crazy if he managed to do that.
Yeah. I just don't understand. He did not answer the phone. I don't get it.
Full confession, I haven't finished my character for our other thing yet.
That is okay.
Nor have I.
Commoners don't take long to make.
Yeah, I gotta look through my files to find the one I made for our cruise liner and just use that as a guide to kind of help me.
Em and I, just in talking about the setting that we were going to be in, found my character just immediately. My character's whole deal is going to be very silly.
Isn't it always, though? You're goo.
Yep.
Like, the ones I know Ratman, I know the goo.
Ratman was I miss Ratman.
And Sticky, or
Slippy.
Slippy. Dang, that's close.
You're close.
Slippy.
Kind of the opposite, though.
Well, frogs are sticky.
Slippy was the most well-rounded character. He had a backstory and everything.
I was talking with Gabe earlier, and we were talking about Candle Night stuff, and I mentioned something about, I guess, one of the particular parts. I don't want to ruin it if there's anything that could happen off of it, but Gabe mentioned that it sounded like it could make the most sense in the Warhammer 40K verse.
The return of Vern.
Vern and Strahd and DOG, and then we would have a new friend.
New friend. While we're
always happy to be in the Warhammer universe.
I'm not. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, not in like
scary.
Not in like a gleeful kind of way, but
literally every episode, I learned a new horrible fact about the environment around me that I wasn't aware of.
Yep, that's sort of the way 40K works.
And
the more you dig into it, the worse things happen.
While we're just gibbing and gabbing, waiting to see if my brother is alive or not.
Yeah, I don't know how something could have happened in that time.
Do you know any more deets? Just asking, because my boyfriend Josh was curious because I had mentioned the potential of that Sunday newbie thing you mentioned. That I don't know if you remember that. You said that you were thinking about doing like one-shots on maybe Sundays that we could invite people that maybe hadn't played before could get involved.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I definitely am still interested.
Because I know he would be very interested.
Yeah.
In joining in some fashion. Because he's done a little bit before, and he's really good with goofy voices.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I just have to find time to do another side thing.
For sure.
Is really all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just have to find time to plan that around everything else. Sundays have become a like comatose day for me because of the rest of the week lately.
Mm-hmm. And if we needed to, we could, if possible, maybe add him into the Bermuda Bay nonsense.
We can do that. I have there's ease up there. I mean, no matter what, it's about a plan. It's about having the time to plan and then play on Sunday. That would be probably the best day because I'm always like open on Sundays.
Yeah. That will be best for him because his new job doesn't end till 7.
Okay.
So Monday through Friday. So it would be Sundays would be the best time for him in particular. I don't know if anyone else had any peeps they wanted to bring to the fold.
I have other friends, yes, that are interested as well. That I have like a short list.
You have
of
other friends?
Yeah, well, people. I know other people. There we go. I know other things.
How long have you known?
I know other people that play D&D at a minimum.
One of my coworkers, his name is Daryl, and we were talking about D&D with a couple of the other coworkers who do play, and Daryl was like, "I don't get it. How do you play? Like, do I roll a dice to stand up?" We were like, "No.
That would take forever."
Oh my gosh!
You don't have to roll a dice to stand up.
I would like to tie my boot
first time
now.
you do.
If you're prone,
unless there's something trying to keep you from standing up, usually you're fine.
I'd like to roll the blink, please.
Roll a dice. You said I wouldn't have to on stand-up checks. Yes, but
I've also now texted Gabe just to see. I was like, "You all right? You okay?"
Mm-hmm.
I was asleep prior to the session, but I woke up to be here.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was awake enough to join.
Yeah, he's in the call. He's in the call.
He joined the call after.
All right, so
within the last,
you're a single-celled bacteria and you're in a jail cell.
What
do you do?
I like riddles, but not this.
This is not a riddle. This is Dungeons and Dragons.
This is Dungeons and Dacteria.
Oh.
I divide until there's enough of me to make a party.
And conquer.
Or divide
Yeah,
enough that I
right.
break out of the room physically.
Roll to conquer.
Roll to conquer.
Not gonna lie, it was kind of fun being Sparkalonius. It was fun kind of thinking outside the box of what my goo body could do.
And it was fun not being Sparkalonius.
I was a little hermit crab. That was fun.
I did love that use of the pot. That was honestly one that had never occurred to me.
It's like little shields.
I was like,
That
that's
was
perfect.
awesome.
I really liked the total body dysmorphia like usage of the character. Sparkalonius, like the way that Lawrence plays Sparkalonius comparatively now
I play him
seems
as a
so
squishy
toned
man.
down. Yeah, he plays him like a squishy dude, and you played him like a full goo man.
I was like,
Which is
I mean, I
interesting.
have all dimensions. I can go wherever I want, I guess. I'm goo.
Yeah, that was fun.
Fully pseudopod.
I showed you my pseudopod. Please respond.
Ew.
Block.
Pseudopod who this?
Okay.
The manager on
Just
duty
don't-
phone
Yeah.
at my work has been getting spam calls for a person named Jamie for apparently the last 9 years.
Oh,
crap.
But thank God, today a text came through. We just got a new phone. And Jamie, your loan has been processed.
Jamie's been set free. His curse. Or her curse. Their curse?
I don't think anyone named Jamie, from what I can gather, no one named Jamie has ever worked for that office.
I get a lot of weird calls in my job, too.
Well, yeah.
Well, okay.
Your job
know-
is a little fringy anyway.
Well, yes, well, the job is fringy, but I'm saying that, like, not talking about, like, yes, there's a dead body, can you please come get it? Setting that aside, which is not weird for my job, like, I get weird, like, I once got a call from an old man that started the call with, I am not drunk and I am not high, and I was like, okay, well,
Bad start. Awful start.
it's 3 a.m., so... And he asked me if, like, hey, I watched this documentary once where they turn people's dead bodies into tires. Have you seen that documentary? And I was like, no. He's like, do you know about that place in town that does that? Because I hear the documentary said it was in St. Louis. And I was like, no, I haven't seen the documentary. He's like, well, can you look it up? And I was like, what do you mean?
You
Can
look it up.
Look it up.
What do
Yeah,
you mean?
it's
I
Sir,
was like,
you're
documentary
calling me on a phone. You look it up.
Called
You look it up.
Humanitires.
You looked up what my number was.
I'm like,
Look
also,
up where
I
the
don't-
dead guy tires go.
I don't think people can get turned into tires, sir. That's like a rubber business. And
Also,
people
well,
aren't rubber.
hold on. Dead dinosaurs are turned into tires.
This week on Discovery, from dead to tread.
I love that.
That's
Damn, Mike.
fire.
Mike is ready for the improv.
I have a
Booyah.
response, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what. It sounds like something did occur in between the join
Mhm.
and the now, so I'm just waiting on a.
Confirmational update.
Yeah.
Something occurred, like give me
An
a mo, or something
awareness
occurred,
of
like
occurrence. Like I don't have a full grasp of the situation, but it does not seem super great. So I'm just checking in.
Mhm.
Less of
Well,
less of a fell asleep at the wheel thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
well, does that mean there's still a chance for tomorrow if tonight doesn't work out? Or is tomorrow?
Not
No.
for me at the well, let me double check my messages. Cuz Monday and Tuesday are my like I do this on one day, and then general like the for the request for me to move to Monday was because my family wanted to move our game nights to Tuesday because they had like my niece's piano recital got moved to our general day. So
That's
that was
cute that you have
messing
a
stuff
family
up.
game night. That's
Yeah,
so
we've been
cute.
playing a D&D like game for 3 or 4 years now.
That's so
Nice.
cutie.
It's a wild game called Gloomhaven. I guess we're on to the 3rd iteration called Frosthaven now. But it's amazing. But yes, it is very fun, but we had to move till Tuesdays, and I'm pretty sure we're playing on Tuesday. Yes, it looks like we're good to play on Tuesday. I'm gonna double check though, because he says I think it will work for me.
Are you talking about Gabe now?
No, I'm talking about my brother said he thought that Tuesday will work for him. But he's a very
Oh, I
busy
see.
man, so I imagine that tonight he will have a better understanding. Yes, I will keep updated. Just give it a yeah.
You were getting closer and closer to my cold cutoff at 9.
No doubt. No doubt.
Grace, has someone actually called your place of business and say, "Hey, there's a dead body. Can you come get it?"
No, not a direct quote. But
'Cause
I have.
that would be a wild thing. Like, hey, you guys are the dead body people, right? I mean, yeah, kinda.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, I mean, I went to last month. I went to a like not like a drinking party, an after hours sort of party with my coworkers, and I heard
Is
some
this the one
crazy
where you
stories.
guys drink in the lot?
Yep.
That's
and
still wild to me.
one of the Haran, who is the guy that runs most of the retorts, which is like the big oven that you load the bodies in, and I've run it before. It's kind of fun. He has a side business where he actually does a lot of pickups for like crime scenes, really gnarly stuff, and he's told me some stories where like they've been like, hey, there's kind of a smell. We're suspicious of said smell.
It's a pretty specific smell from what I understand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
from
know
what I've
exactly
heard.
what decomp smells like. I
don't
once
doubt
sniffed
that.
it out at my mom's condo when I was on the phone with Gabe. I was like, Gabe, I smell decomp. And he's like, and he paused. And he's like, and he was like,
home with me.
and he was like, how old are mom's neighbors? And I was like, oh, some of them are kind of old.
No.
It turned out there was a dead animal in someone's chimney, but I sniffed it
Better.
out. I could smell it in the hallway. I was like, I know decomp.
That's wild.
Gracious. Okay, well,
I know decomp and I know burning body. I know both those smells very well. I know what burning bones smell like.
why don't we use this time then to discuss a couple things? Because I had a few like thoughts about an alternate thing, but I don't know how. I just don't know. There's so many things I don't know about, like how much we like are putting into it, etc. I know it's just like an alternate fun play thing, but I am not one to not work on everything I do. So I'm curious if you guys have. I had 2 thoughts in mind for like a more of like a theme, I guess. Either investigate like mystery, sort of a murder mystery style thing, or a what are they called? Not. It's the type of game where you start really weak and then you fight your way through an ever-changing like mission set, and then you go back to a home base with the materials you collected. I don't remember the name of this game. Roguelite. That's what they're called. So like conceptually you start off like you're a level 1 dude with a stick or whatever, and you run through and you see all these crazy rooms and you fight some enemies, and maybe you get pretty far, and maybe you beat a boss or two, and you go through, but you die ultimately, and then you come back to this like main hub, and now you can spend, like, if you picked up any, I don't know, let's say like wood or stone or whatever, now you can build like a little hut. So now every time you come back, you get 50 more health or whatever the fuck it would be, right? And now every time you go out, you have 50 more health, and now you can build up, say like, I want to build a sword with my stone and my wood, and now I have like a stone sword, will do some more damage every time I go out. That's what a roguelike is anyway.
I'd be interested in either of those or the murder mystery. I mean, I love solving mysteries.
So, is the murder mystery a period piece, or is it a modern, like, crime drama murder mystery? So, is it more like Poirot, or is it more like NCIS?
Oh, I see. I was thinking that's a good question, because that also implies like intent and how you're playing it out.
Or it could be like a dinner party.
I feel like I feel like the vibe maybe I was thinking might be a little bit more along the lines of, yeah, kind of like Glass Onion or like Knives Out or like Agatha Christie style, like in it and murder happens. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little more like Poirot. So
okay,
I'm totally down with that. Yeah.
Now, I may be just a small town Louisiana lawyer, but I think you killed that guy.
Now, I don't have no proof, but I'm plumb sure you did it. Shit,
yeah,
I don't know how, though.
I found this in your pocket.
Play Columbo.
It's a gun.
It's a gun.
Now, I know the victim was stabbed, but it is still a clue. I will not think
Now,
of
how
it
is
out.
this gun connected?
Now, you see that there weapon's now evidence.
If we all just do our terrible southern accent, we are all the detective all at once.
Yeah.
Now, detective, I think you might have had something to do with this.
Now, detective,
I was
you're gonna
just
have
going to accuse you of the same thing.
You're both gonna have to prove it, 'cause shucks, I think you're in it together.
Yeah, we did it together.
Yeah.
This is my gun.
I have to think about how to make a murder mystery. That does sound very fun.
We can just play Clue.
In the parlor with the gun.
Hold on. There's something fun there.
He stabbed him with the gun. That's what I've been missing this whole time. That's what this red stuff is on the end of the gun.
He was in the kitchen with the candlestick.
That's interesting. Okay, I will put some more thoughts into it. Still make those characters whatever I sent you.
Okay.
If I need another one, because I have a fun thought on that, but if I can't figure out how to get from point A to point B,
and if I don't get to use that character for that one, I'm going to use it for the murder mystery.
Oh no, I know your character. We did talk. You can't use it for the murder mystery. So that's like your character fits
murder.
Your character fits a little bit more specifically in a different world, which I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll find out. It'll be fun. It'll be cool. Yeah, on the note of Candle Nights though, so I was looking through, we have an old kind of story arc, but those episodes aren't out anymore right now. They'll be out again eventually.
They're not on the free feed yet?
But yeah, right now I took them down because I need to go through and re-edit them now that I know how to do it better. So I think like story-wise, even for someone who has listened from the first episode of what is out, following up on like the Candle Night stories that we have done wouldn't make a ton of sense until that's
I agree with that.
At a minimum available again, right? I think it is in some errant way on the YouTube, but like that feels like a weird Easter egg. The
There's
only
more
way you
content
get
out there
what's
if you can
happening
find it.
at all is if you dig hard enough on the YouTube is not an answer to me. And that's okay. Because I was digging through and I mentioned there's this one weird blurb, I guess, and I listened to the episode and I don't think I heard it, but also it could have just been in an off the cuff sort of like one sentence and we move on thing. But they do a Candle Nights episode. It came from a podcast for those of you that don't know. They wanted a way to do like, a Christmas episode without making it Christmas. Or a holidays episode without making it, a specific denomination anyway. Although I will say it's very Christmas coded. It is meant to not be. And this blurb, I guess, comes from the 2014 episode, Candle Nights, the dark unnamed, far, far below the mantle of the earth, end quote, is actually a sentient higher being that can only be kept appeased by eating lesser holidays. That's a wild blurb, I know, but it felt very Warhammer 40k.
Definitely.
Like somewhere they have to feed this big old nasty god a holiday or two once a year.
I love the
in order
idea
to
of
not...
feeding something concepts.
Yeah, right. I don't know what that is, or but I don't know if you would be interested in running the Candle Nights episode, Lawrence. Because I know that's the Warhammer 40k thing, and you're already running those characters. Or I can do it, and we can remove Strahd and add 2 new characters. Would also be fine.
How much time I got?
Let's see. I actually don't even remember when I said it would happen. I think it's. I'm not gonna say off the cuff. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll back. I meant to mark it in my own calendar, but I didn't. Monday, December 16th would be the best idea or the best date to do it. So a little less than a month. 16th. 3 weeks from today.
Okay, I'll get back to you tomorrow on that. Let me see. Let me let it percolate.
Yeah, mull things over. You can feel free to take a couple days. I can come up with a side plan. That was our first thought.
Send me that blurb too.
I will indeed. Yeah.
Should I put my dice away, you think?
Yeah. Gabe asked me to
Quick, roll a d6.
do elsewise. But since we're not ready to like dive on
5.
in.
You failed.
Dang.
Well.
You
shit.
died.
It was worth a shot.
God comes down from heaven and he kills you with his fists.
Now you have to be Alice.
He stabbed me with a gun.
In the
Do you
kitchen.
know much of
with the
Warhammer
candlestick.
40k, Mike?
Peripherally at best.
It's a scary place.
I know people who play Warhammer 40k, but I don't. So I'm not well versed by any means.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean we go at it pretty loose with the way that we did it last time. We don't really care what's actually canon. I just sort of explain things as we go along, and we play in the space of scary.
I'm totally
fantasy
okay
future.
with scary and wing it as we go. So
Yeah.
I ain't scared.
Yeah, it's sort
Most of the
just like
time, what
body
it is, I
horror
would be
in
like,
space.
not
here's
yet.
a lore tidbit. You guys play with it.
Yeah. It's sort of yeah. I mean the lore for this fucking story is intense. There's so much to it. So learning it all, we didn't really do it. Most of us don't know anything about it, except like peripherally from what Lawrence has told us over the years.
Yeah, I info dump. That's my thing.
Yeah, for any sort of basically for our level of knowledge, the first season will get you there. It's gives you the whole sort of idea of the vibe and everything. It's sort of like dark, grim, dark, and whatever. as far as a character goes, if that is the route we'll go, you'll want to do, I think, anything from like anything really, because it's like aliens from all over the universe, right, Lawrence? Is there
Uh,
a
you probably want to be more human, just because well, actually, it doesn't really matter, but you probably want to be more human-like or appearance of human, just because the universe is very hostile, very xenophobic. And
okay.
the story will probably take place on a human planet. But that's
I did forget
actually
about
not
that.
100% true.
Space racism.
So, it could be anything.
Yeah. Gabe's a robot. I'm a weird alien, humanoid alien species, but
Technically, you're a
I hide
demon.
myself. I'm a demon technically. I hide myself.
I'm a dude. I'm just a guy.
Some dude.
Super handsome. I'm very handsome. That's all that I remember. And awkward.
Yeah. That's not a ton of info, but
We used the did we use the Monster of the Week rules for that, right?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, so you can kind of come up with anything, and then we could
I can
either
send you all that.
collate it to a Monster of the Week playbook, or you could go the opposite way. You could come up with like what playbook you want to use for the Monster of the Week rules, and then I can collate it to something.
I will send you all of the info I have on Monster of the Week. I think before we did that season, I made some sort of Google Drive that also has like a
you
cheat
shared
sheet.
it with me.
Yeah, okay.
You said you definitely did. I still have it on my drive.
Amazing. Yeah, it's going to have the full rule book. It's going to have a cheat sheet, like a quick access thing I made. It's going to have all the playbooks that you can look through. The playbooks are like your classes. And I think once
that's the only thing that really matters.
Yeah. Like once you read through, they're all pretty fun. It's just about where the idea of the game, Monster of the Week. Have you ever played before?
Monster of the Week? No.
Yeah. Okay. It's
I'm
like
intrigued.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Scooby Doo, right? In which there's a monster that's done a thing, and you go out, you have to figure it out, and then you have the idea of it is trap it, right?
Ooh,
and so all these classes are the different ways that you would do that, right? Grace is the gumshoe. I guess I'm a monstrous. Gabe is, I can't remember. There's like a specific
meddling kid.
The meddling kid, but he went robot with it. Very cute. There's lots of playbooks. You can copy one. You can we can be the same playbook we have, or you can be a different playbook. I'm still looking for it.
So that makes him the meddling kid.
Yeah,
yes, definitely.
Yeah, exactly that. The metal kid, meddling.
Also, these
kid.
didn't work.
Where are we at here? It's a while ago.
Or you could, who needs to trap it? Whatever. You could just shoot it with a gun you had the whole time.
That's true. There
was a whole boss fight that I had planned out, but during the episode I was like, this is taking a while. I don't know about this boss fight. Is this going to be more episodes? And then M killed it with a gun, and I was like, all right, cool. Let's move on.
I hid that gun
on the first shot.
On the first shot, I critted and then killed it. It was. I also, no one knew I had the gun. I hid the gun the whole time. I was waiting for exactly.
No, I was
that moment.
So here's this monster that's coming, and it looks like she's gonna have a shield and all kinds of stuff. And Em was like, "Hey, wait a minute! Before she activates her shield, I have a thing I want to do."
My gun.
I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure."
10 of 10.
It worked out perfectly for me.
Do you think, is there anything I need to be on the call for, or Mai Tai?
No, I think that we're good. I'm going to send this over to you, Mike. I think that, I mean, if that is what occurs, it would be good to just, peek this over. And if not, I will probably do something in the realm of D&D. Overall, my goal, just so you guys know, is as we do extra story stuff, is to play in other game systems, because it's fun to see what makes them tick also. But I don't want to do that on a super big timer. And since most of us know this, we can, whatever pieces you're missing, Mike, if that time comes, and when it does, we can easily get through as a team.
Excellent. Cool.
Yeah, and it's perfect. A 2d6 system. It's really simple.
Yeah, really simple, really quick. Big numbers.
right.
Cool. All right. Yeah, that'll do it for us for today.
Sounds good, gang.
Keep
Well,
checking
rip
in with
y'all.
Gabe, make sure everything's okay. It sounds like, there's other stuff in the background happening. So
That's the way it goes.
Okay.
Is it work or is he okay?
it seems like life stuff at the moment. So I'm just trying to check in.
Okay. He never texted me
Alrighty.
back, so I just wanted to make sure he's all right.
Checking in might be helpful as the night goes on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'll talk to you
Later,
guys
gang.
later.
Not all.
Bye.